I want you to picture your eyes and your ears are a portal that leads to a room of emotions. And if what you're hearing and seeing goes in and reaches that room, goes into the room and can create an emotion. Think of it like that. Think about when you're seeing somebody watching a scary movie. You'll notice that sometimes some people cover their eyes and they say, oh no, I don't want to see what's going to happen. No. What they are doing is protecting themselves from that image entering into their mind and staying there, creating emotions. Think about when you've heard an annoying noise or an annoying song. You either close your ears or you change the channel. What you're trying to do is stop the disturbance that's happening inside of you or prevent a disturbance. What you might not realize is you have to do this with people. Words are the strongest thing and they could reach a really deep place in a person. Why? Because words is how our minds work. We don't really process and see things in our mind with images. When we're thinking, we're usually hearing words and language. Now, words are so powerful that when we're reading them, it's like the same thing as hearing them. This is why you have to be really careful who gets to speak to you, even if it's through text messages. Because the intent behind people's words can get past your flesh, meaning through the eyes and ears, and it goes to where we hold our emotions. This is really dangerous because if we're reading text messages from somebody, we are reading the words, so it's coming in through our eyes, and then we also have the voice of them in our memory. We have the picture of them in our memory. This is like a force, a triple force. If you have a specific person you want to block and you keep asking yourself why you can't, ask yourself, how is this person's words that I'm reading affecting my emotions? Has this person been caught lying to me more than one time? How was my life before I heard their words or read their text messages or their letters? How was my life before I heard their voice? Do their words leave you confused? When you start to see these people as a horror show, you don't want to see them, you don't want to give them your time, you want to close your eyes to them. Now also remember that a horror film is fictional. It creates fake fear in you. These people do the same thing. Or picture them as a bad song, an annoying noise. You want to close your ears to them, which means you also don't want to read their text messages, their words, their letters. When you view that person as someone who wants to possess you, and possession means to own, to be controlling, to dominate the mind, to have power over someone. They want to control your emotions. And if you realize that they have the power to do that just by using their words, that's when you've taken your shield of protection out. The Bible is said to be a living, active word. People's lives change from reading the words of the Bible because words are so powerful. The scripture says that words can bring life or death. What's very interesting is when we're reading the Bible, we don't know the voice of God. So as we read it, we're pretty much using our own voice as we read out loud or read in our mind. This can be a big reason why we transform from the words of the Bible, because not only are we reading it out loud with our own intention and our own being, we are also obtaining the intention, the love that God had behind the words that He left for us, the advice that He left for us. But now when we allow evil people's words to enter into our being with their voice in our memory as we read that text message and the picture of them as we're reading that text message and their intent behind their words, this is entering into your being and going to take over your show. So ask yourself if you want to be filled with a book of lies, discomfort, dishonor, confusion, worry, anxiety? Or do you want to leave spaces in your being to be filled by truth? If you block that person today, you are protecting your eyes and ears and your inner being. You're protecting yourself from evil and saying yes to freedom. Psalms 101:3. I will set no wicked thing before mine eyes. I hate the work of that turn aside, turning from God's advice. It shall not cleave to me. That means join you, become part of you. Ephesians 5:6. Let no one deceive you with empty words.